is through 10-day experiences. So 5 and 10-day experiences. So you're literally constantly, you're stocking your own stock and you're getting it out. And then the conversion process to customers, I really like something that one of our pro champs does. She says, hey, I'm going to set you up with a sample pack to try flavors, and then tell me which flavor you like the best. So basically people know going into that 10-day experience, because the thing is they are going to start to feel something 98% of the time. But what you don't want them to do is you don't want them to think that they're going to get something in that 10-day experience. Like they're going to experience all the things in that 10-day experience. While some people do, you want to under-promise and over-deliver. So you really want to make sure that they know they're getting this flavor sampler, they're picking a flavor from this, and then they're turning into a website customer. So that's the first way. And that's just rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. And we can talk all about, like, depending on if you're, brand new to community-based marketing, how you're building your market, how you're finding new customers, or whether you've been in community-based marketing for a significant amount of time and you already know how to build a network and you know how to find customers and all that kind of stuff. So those are like conversations that we can have as far as like digging into another layer on another call. But the second thing is, and this is, well, there's 3 things actually, I would say 3 like main components to building your business. So the second thing is the business opportunity call. I'm telling you, everyone I know in this business who is a rank 8, a rank 9, rank 10, who's moving, they get me on calls. They get me on calls with people. They use me. They're like, look, I got this person. They're interested in the business. Can we get on a 3-way call with them? Not to say, like, here's the thing. Amy is perfectly capable of explaining this business to someone. She doesn't need me. But what it is it's the power of the 3-way, like, it's third-party validation, and it's the law of familiarity. So let's say, like, Amy has somebody who's followed her on social, or they connected, or maybe even she knows her in real life. She's interested in the business, and like she knows what Amy has told her about it, but the law of familiarity says I'm going to have more power. This person, whomever, let's say it's Amy's cousin, Sarah. I don't know. We're just going to throw something out here. Like, I'm going to have more pull with her than Amy will. So, and I'm going to also be able to validate everything that Amy has kind of told her a little bit about. I'm going to be able to validate it. And then it's like, it's that power of like, oh my gosh, now there's 2 people, there's this, they're all going to support me. So that is literally, I would say, the number 1 key way if you're looking to fly in this business, like people who are interested in the business, and you can approach people, you can talk about it, you can, essentially we don't sell a business opportunity, but we have a business opportunity, and a lot of people are looking for a good one. So that's another one. Number 3 would be when you do have those customers and they convert from, so you convert from the 10-day, they get on SmartShip, they're a customer, they're loving it. You can get them what's called, and Amy can probably do these, I don't know if she's running them already, or we can do them together, but free product Zooms, where you're like, hey, no big deal if you're not, but if you are interested in earning free product, I have a friend who could tell you about the program. What you do, you get them on a Zoom. We do a Zoom with like 5 to 10 people. And then what we do is we drop little breadcrumbs of like, hey, all you have to do to get your product for free as a customer, right? You don't have to worry about signing up as a promoter. Don't worry about that right now. And what you do is you kind of introduce it, but then you take it back. You introduce it a little bit. You're like, yeah, there is a promoter opportunity, but don't worry about that. We're not talking about that here. We're talking about getting your product for free as a customer. Psychologically, when people hear that there's an opportunity to be a promoter, but then you tell them, no, don't worry about it. Like, it literally almost triggers something in their brain where they're just like, wait, I want to know more about that. And 9 times out of 10, not only do they look, they see like, oh, okay, cool. All I have to do is post on my Facebook about this magical drink that I'm drinking because they already love it. And, we can prepare a post for them, or they can write the post, whatever works. And then they realize how easy it is to get a couple of people interested. What usually happens is they get more than 2 people interested, and they're like, I got like 9 people that want to try this. And I'm like, okay, well, we should probably talk about the promoter opportunity then. So that is a great way to take a customer from a customer experience, because with Pruvit, what we have is such a high, like we have 87% customers and 13% promoters, which you guys have probably heard me say this if you've ever heard me talk about the business before. The thing, I was not interested in Pruvit as a business. Like I was fully set where I was dedicated, I was focused, I was all in. And I randomly, for some reason, I had just listened in on this call. This girl had sent me a link to an opportunity call, and I was like, I'm really not interested. So I had my phone. I remember when my phone was sitting on the bed, and it was on speaker, and it was the Zoom. I wasn't on it like video wise, and I was folding laundry. And I heard her say, that Pruvit was comprised of 87% customers and 13% promoters. And it literally stopped me in my tracks, because I was like, wait a second, what that means, if you know what that means with network marketing, you know that, 98% of the time in network marketing, people buy a business. They buy a business. They buy the dream. They buy the opportunity. They want to make money. So they're like, okay, I love this pen. This is the best pen that I've ever written with. It's amazing. I'm super passionate about it. You should buy this pen too, and you should sell it with me. That's what a lot of opportunities look like. When I heard that I'm like, wait a second. So you're telling me all these people are drinking it, and they're not drinking it just to sell it. Like they're drinking it because they actually love it. Kind of funny story today. We were at the jewelry store looking at some things, picking out some things, which I did actually pick out today. So that's pretty exciting. But we were looking at things, and we were telling our jeweler, I don't know, is that what you call it? Well, it's the girls. It's fine. It's Amy's team. This is a secret. I didn't say what. Maybe I'm picking out a nice new necklace.
You got a tennis bracelet.
A tennis bracelet. That's right.
Hi, Ash.
So at least she's on her underwear tonight, like she was last night. So shoot, where's that? Oh, okay. So we're talking the Edna Mode. That's actually our jeweler. It reminds me so much of Edna Mode. Darling, I'll get like exactly like that. But they were asking us about ketones, and so we were explaining a little bit. And this lady comes out of the back. I mean, there's not more than 4 or 5 people that work here. This lady comes out of the back, and she's like, "Oh yeah, Pruvit ketones. I drink those." And she goes on and on and on and on about how much she loves ketones and who she orders them from and blah, blah, blah. And we were just like, holy smokes. Like, it was like she literally validated it so hard, but it was so cool to see like people are excited about them. She was so excited to talk about it. She probably sold them for us right there. She was like, oh, the energy, the focus, like I don't go without my ketones. I went without them for like a week. I could barely, like, I was like, this is awesome. So like, the customers really have a great experience when we give them a little bit of opportunity to earn their product for free. And then you can kind of also see, you can gauge like if somebody has a level of influence or they have a network, it's really cool to see like you kind of toss it out there for them and see like, do they have people who are interested in what they have to say, or, would it be a little bit harder for them to build a business or more challenging for them to build a business? So hopefully those 3 things like make sense. I will be honest with you. You don't need to know a whole lot of details about anything to build this business. I know Amy's a lot more green than I am. I didn't know much of anything. I just knew I loved ketones, and I was as passionate. It never really matters where you share them or how you share about them or what you say. It's all the energy behind what you're saying. Like, it's how much do you believe? How much do you believe what you're saying? And how much do you believe in the opportunity? How much do you believe in the product? Because all of that stuff will determine, and not only how much do you believe, how long are you willing to put in the work to build something sustainable? Like, I'll tell you, in the network marketing, like in my career, in my profession, it was probably 3 years before I made any money. Like a solid 3 years. Like, I was pretty much an intern. And I was like, it baffles me when people quit in this industry, because I'm like, wait a second. Like, you basically went to college, you put in the time, like you were getting your degree, you were doing the things, and then you just dropped out. Like, you dropped out before you ever saw any fruits of your labor, right? So Brian said something on a call with us yesterday morning. Brian is Brian Underwood. If you guys haven't had an opportunity to hear him talk yet. By the way, really quickly before I get off track, I'll just write it down. But he said on a call yesterday, I'm going to write it down because it's super, super, super important. 7 years, like 7 years, there was someone that he knew in another industry in another time who was a top enroller, a top recruiter for 7 years. And then this person retired. And I like got out my phone and I was like, okay, what's 7 years from today? 2026. And I was like, all right, in 2026, I'll slow down. Listen, we make a lot of money, like more money than I ever thought possible. Like, and raise your hand if you're driven by money at all. Raise your hand if you're money driven. Sarah, are you and Kevin driven by money? What is it? What would you say your main driver is for the business? Like what is your main outcome with the business?
I feel like if I just unmute, it's probably way easier.
Yeah, for sure.
So super long story, super short. Kevin just got laid off on Friday, and we've been trying to put a ministry together for a long time. And then this was our big push that we were like, you know, we want to put a ministry and health and fitness and combine them together, and we're going full force.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's where we're at.
Yeah. So money is definitely like important,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I would say like for us, it's more like Jesus being first and then everything else after that. So.
And then
Yeah,
money,
wait,
probably.
Yeah.
Will you say that last sentence one more time? It like, you said, I would say something first and then
Jesus being first.
Yeah. So like for us, it would be like Jesus being first. That would be like
Yeah.
the primary. And then like after that would be obviously underneath that would probably be money.
Yeah.
And that would be the next.
absolutely.
Um,
So really,
yeah.
it's your purpose first, right? Your purpose.
Right. Yeah.
That like in order to do that. So money is just energy. If you've ever heard Brian talk about this too, I love this because like money is just energy to do the things and fulfill like the needs, the wants and desires of our hearts that were placed there, I believe. And when we got started, I thought that I was driven by money. I was like, okay, I just don't want to be broke. I just don't want to be broke. I just don't want to be broke. And then what happened was like the analogy that was used for us was like, you're like the dog chasing the car, and you guys aren't because you guys already have a bigger awareness, which is really cool. But like the dog chasing the car, and then what happens when the dog gets the car? Like that was us. I was like, oh, I'm miserable. Like we were making the most money we had ever made in our entire lives, literally 6 figures a month. And I was miserable, depressed, down. Like I was all of the things. And it was in that moment that I realized what you guys already know, that like, it isn't ever about the money. It's about what you can give and what you can do with that. And so since that's been a big part of the journey is realizing that the joy lies in the giving. And so I think that's really cool. But like, so the income part of this is, I mean, the opportunity for you guys to have the ministry and the things that you want to have with this is 100% there. And I think that, and I'm kind of just doing like some one-on-one coaching. We can do like a little bit more of this, and I think that Brian would love to meet you guys too. I've heard a little bit about you so far too. And this is all encompassing for everyone on the call, but just talking to you guys right now, I think that just with given your level of awareness and like your goals and the things that you guys already have and like the belief that you have with like Kevin getting laid off and then that kind of being like an opportunity for you guys to really press in and go forward. I think it would be really cool if we maybe did some stuff, brought you guys into Kentucky and whatnot. So to kind of like meet Brian and just like get a bigger picture, like catch a bigger vision for like what it can be. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Where do you guys live?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where it's freezing.
Yeah.
Amy, you're in Pittsburgh too, right? That's okay. Cool. All right. So let me write that down just as like a side note. And I will. But how far of a drive is that to Kentucky?
I don't know, but that
Yikes.
sounds like a fun.
I mean, it'd be a good
Sounds like a
little
fun
trip,
getaway.
but
I think it's like 8 hours, 7-8 hours.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
I like obviously I'm gonna be super quick question just because I don't know what to do, and this woman's waiting on an answer from me.
Yeah.
She joined our test group, but she accidentally signed up with the Keto Calm Tea.
Uh-huh.
What do I do? Because she's waiting on an answer because she already purchased it. I'm sorry.
Okay. So she signed up for the test group for.
We're doing ketones. Just 20. Everyone's doing 20 days, and then we wrote. Both of us are personal trainers, so we wrote I did a meal plan because that's also what I'm. It's
and
certified
a
in
workout.
and a workout, and it's gonna be 20 days for them. And she signed up for it, but I don't know what to do because she got the tea.
So have her just email support@pruvithq.com, and like she can place another order like for what she actually wanted, and just have her email support, and they can cancel that order and refund it.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Absolutely, no worries. So, and that's to everybody, by the way. Literally, like, I know Sarah and Kevin are pretty new, so I wanted to make sure that they got that. Like, that invitation is always open. The most powerful, like, the reason our business went where it did, and the reason, like, it continues to go in the direction that it does, is, like, I am continuously drawn to energetic fire. Like, I want to be around fire. I want to be in proximity. Like, it fills my cup so that I'm able to share. And like, I know Amy feels very similarly. Like the events, you know, getting to Kentucky, getting to all the events, like everything that you can do to get in proximity is going to grow your vision. It's going to grow your belief, and growing that vision and growing that belief are going to be the two things that, you know, coupled with the activity and the consistency and the time moving forward, are really going to grow your business. So
Yeah,
for sure. Oh, so this is the thing. This is the most important thing, and then we can just kind of talk questions and see what else Amy had in her mind. But so Epic, just in the comments, how many people are committed to Epic? Have your tickets purchased? Yes, Amy, I love it. Amanda, yes, I love it. Sarah and Kevin, this question's to you.
you know.
No, but for real, are you guys coming? Okay, Taylor's figuring it out. I love it.
I know. Lisa, are you going to be able to go? You don't know yet.
Holy crap, Sarah and Kevin, you don't know what it is? Okay, so Epic is in February. It's our next Pruvit event. It's, yeah, there's a sale on tickets right now. So there's an early bird sale on tickets, and it's till midnight, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and they are, how much are the tickets? Like 150 bucks, 147 or something?
Yeah, 147, I think.
So, yeah, so like $147 a piece. It's in Phoenix, Arizona. There is kids, like there's a baby room, and then there's also an actual like kids event. So if you guys wanted to bring Declan, you totally can. And there's like there's like nannies and baby people who like actually watch children and do fun things with them and all that kind of stuff. So I would 100% say, especially with like where you guys are and where you're wanting to go, I would say that Epic would be like 157,000%. Even like, I don't know how, you know, what that looks like for you guys or how, but like if you want to go or if you have a desire to go, like tell Amy. Or if you feel, you know, you always feel in your gut if this is like something you should do or shouldn't do or whatever, you kind of already knew as soon as I said it. So just kind of tell Amy, and we can kind of figure out, you know, and that goes for anybody too on this call. If someone's like, look, I really want to go, but I need help figuring out X, like, you know, that's what we're here for, is to support each other and figure that thing out. Parent-teacher conferences, cancel. I'm just kidding. I was a teacher before. That's the only reason I say that. I'm just kidding. Conferences are Thursday and Friday. Okay, cool. So what I would say is like, so wait, Courtney, are you a teacher? So you're doing the conferences? Or you have to go to conferences? Oh, that's awesome. What do you teach?
Do you want me to unmute you, Courtney? You could chat. Be easier.
First and second grade, bless your heart. That's amazing.
Yeah, I teach first and second grade in a dual language. So my kids learn Chinese half the day, and I teach them English the other half of the day.
That's so cool.
And they start in kindergarten.
That's awesome. Really cool.
Yeah.
I totally get the parent-teacher conferences thing, and that's kind of you really can't get around that so much.
I know, and it's just awful. They're just so long. I have 50 of them because I teach both first and second. So I have 25 kids in each grade, so that's a total of 50 individual conferences.
Oh, yeah.
So parents, be happy. Your teachers do work hard for you.
I'm just kind of curious, like, So in the comments, and this is something that I heard from a mentor too, because I'd love to hear from everyone. Like, do you know right now, like, what your financial goals are? Like, if I were to ask you, if I were to say, like, one-on-one right now, like, what are your financial goals for the month of December? Like, how much money do you want to make in the month of December? I'm super curious to see if anybody answers in the comments. So this is something a mentor of mine asked once, and like everyone got super quiet and super uncomfortable, right? Like nobody answered, nobody said anything. He was like, look, if you don't know where you want to go, like how are you going to get there? Like without a vision, people perish. Like you don't know, not only like know it, but like, is it so physically ingrained in your body? Is it like in front of your face? Is it right there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. Sarah and Kevin said $2,000. Like, that's a great goal in your first month. That is a great goal. Like, and with the Christmas cash right now too, you know what I'm saying? And then being your GoPro and your Go MVP period, like, that's 110% a great goal. But so, like, in addition to that, every single person on this call, you should have a goal. Shouldn't be like super, like if I don't hit my goals, I'm not let down by that. It gives me a very clear indication of what I need to turn up. Like if I have an income goal that I don't hit, I'm like, oh, okay, I need to turn up the intensity here. Or I need to turn up the intensity here because 3 months down the road, that intensity that I have in that month is going to show up in that third month. Lisa said, I went part-time at my current job to spend more time, hoping to make 2,000. Awesome, to go full-time in 2 months. That's a great goal. So like literally, Lisa, what I would do every single day, it's cheesy, it's woo-woo, I'm super, super duper woo-woo, like you guys will know that about me. Like get in the mirror and like say that, like declare it, write it on Post-it notes, put it on the background of your phone, like get it so deeply ingrained in your awareness. Like he asked, so he had someone actually stand up when I was in Australia at an event because he was like, okay, do you know, like, what is your income goal? Like, what are your income goals in 2019? Like, what do you want to make a month? Like, what's the next goal? And the person was like, $10,000. And he was like, he asked the crowd, like, do you believe them? And like, do you believe that they can make $10,000 a month? And we were like, no, not really, because it wasn't so confident and unshakable. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm going to make with Pruvit, we will make $500,000 a month. For sure, without a doubt, don't care how long it takes, bring it on 2026. Like, do you believe me? Like, do you believe that I will do that? Like, I don't care what it takes, how long it takes. If every single person I've ever met quit tomorrow, I'd wake up with a bigger drive and more enthusiasm to hit it hard again because I believe so much in what this can do for people. I believe so much in what low-carb eating and exogenous ketones and a community that pours life into people and loves on people where they're at and helps them get a little bit further. I believe in that so wholeheartedly with every fiber of my being that the energy that comes with that, right, money just being energy, like I know the energy will follow that because I'm giving value. When you give value, eventually, it doesn't happen right away, but eventually, the money, the energy will meet and align with the value that you're bringing, and you will be rewarded for it. There's just no, like, it is the law. Like, it's written into law. But the thing that either, like, prevents a lot of people from having the desires of their heart or inhibits them or keeps it kind of slower from happening is our thoughts, and the things we say don't line up with the things that we're, like, declaring that we want, right? Like, so if I was saying, like, oh, I'm definitely going to make $500,000 a month, like, our family's going to do that, like, we just went to the Bahamas, guys, and when we were in the Bahamas, we were literally able to go to the local markets there and go shopping for an organization called Hands for Hunger in the Bahamas. We didn't know this, actually. It was really kind of wild. 1 in 6 people in the Bahamas go hungry, and they're working poor because they're all working, but they don't have enough money left over to feed their families. So, like, a lot of, like, the parents will go hungry to work, or they'll, because just to feed their families, they can't feed themselves, or, like, so we were able to partner with this organization in the Bahamas and give back there. And like Sarah and Kevin were saying, like that's to me, like when I think of like bigger income goals and like how long it's going to take and how much time and effort and consistency, like before it was about not being broke, right? And now it's about how much can we contribute, like how much can we give back, because it just grows. It just constantly grows my vision. It grows my awareness. It grows what we're capable of. Like I'm like thinking about, do you guys know who Jarek Robbins is? Tony Robbins' son? Yeah. He speaks at a lot of our events, and like, it's so cool, like the work that he does in the world, because like what his dad was able to do. And financially, like I think about, what are our kids going to be able to do? What kind of a mark are they going to be able to leave? So you really have to think about like the time, because when people say like, oh, I worked for 3 months or 4 months or 5 months and like I didn't see this and like I'm just gonna, I'm like, what? Like you're gonna give up like that? Like, so you have to know and make a commitment. BU always says, there's a lot of great opportunities out there. Like you can go, there's a lot of different deals that are great, just like Pruvit. Truly, there are a number of great opportunities. But you have to find the one that you believe in, that you feel inside of your body, that you know you can take it because you believe in it so much, and go run with it. And if it's not Pruvit, then what's it going to be, and when are you going to get started? And I just, like, I love that, because it takes so much pressure off of, like, so Charity, you don't have to worry about if you sign somebody out, if they're going to quit or they're going to stay. Because you're living your passion, you're showing up, you're doing what you have to do, right? Like same for Amy or Sarah or Lisa or Amanda or Courtney or Melissa, or like anybody who's on here. You don't have to be attached to anybody else and their outcomes. You just have to believe in your own so wholeheartedly that you just keep going. You just keep going. You keep showing up. It's 10:03, y'all, what's tonight? On a Thursday night. Like you're on this call. You don't have to be. But you're showing up. Like Courtney's got to go to teach in the morning. She's got 50 kids she's got to teach tomorrow. Like, and she's here. She's on this call. She's showing up. Like, I think that's really cool. Lisa went part-time at her job. Like, Stephanie came on video because I think she maybe likes us a little bit. Really happy about it. Like, it's really cool. We get to do this. So I literally could get really fired up. I tend to get most fiery around like 10 p.m. It's really quite ridiculous. But I just am super passionate about it because, like, I love that we came from nothing, because I so believe that like anybody can take this thing and do it whatever they want with it. And like nobody can tell me any differently. Nobody can tell me any differently, because a year and a half ago I was cleaning black mold off of windows so that my son could live in a house that he didn't get sick in. And now we live in $1 million house on the lake. No one can tell me that it doesn't work. So that's the level of belief. You gotta take it and you gotta just go with it. So, and really, really cast that vision. Like Sarah and Kevin are a really great example on this call, because they literally have a vision already, and they have the belief and they have the vision, and now they have the vehicle. They're like, oh yeah, this is a good vehicle. We love this. We believe in this. We can pair this with the value that we have, the training that we have, the meal prep planning that we have. We can pair this together, and we can have a vehicle that we can take to do our work that we want to do that's been planted in our hearts. Like, that is what it looks like, y'all. Like, that is cool. So, do you guys have any questions? Questions, comments, fun things? Courtney, this is what I do. I get you fired up at 10 o'clock so then you can't sleep. I'm just kidding.
Yes. That always happens, Kendra.
Always.
It happens.
Every time I do night calls, I'm like, okay, now I'm lit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, absolutely, Courtney. I literally, anything y'all have to say, unmute. Like, we can have a super collaborative environment if you guys want to. I think Sarah had something to say too. So
Yeah, just unmute yourself.
Should it work?
Amanda, you look hot. Yes, she does. She does. Her progress has been freaking amazing.
Yes. So I've been watching you on all of Amy's talks and whatnot. Girl, you looking good. So happy for you.
Oh, that's amazing. I love all the love here. You all feel good. This is like a really good feely crew.
Thank you.
Yes. So I think Taylor had a question, but I think it was related to Epic. Saw it somewhere on here. Something about the events, like times or what time do the events start? Do you know, Kendra? For
The
Epic?
only thing that we ever know beforehand is come early and stay late if you can. And if you can't, like anything that you can get to will be beneficial. I know that I think the playbook is going to be on the last day. So I wouldn't miss the last day because the playbook event is going to be, it's the very first playbook event, and it's going to be a lot of, hands-on business coaching. Like at Epic, there's going to be an award ceremony. So there's a brief period that's an award ceremony. There's speakers, there's entertainment, there's the fun dress-up dinner. So it's really super fun. And then there's also going to be the playbook training. So that will be really cool too.
I'm just gonna unmute because I have a question. So I think our biggest, and I was talking with Amy about this earlier, which Amy, thank you for being awesome and constantly answering your phone when I call all hours of the day. But I think our biggest thing with closing with people is it's near the holiday and people are like, that's a lot of money. And I don't know how you swing that. And we're doing like our best talking. Cause like, honestly, and Amy knows, like I took these and Lisa in here, I made a bet with her that they weren't going to work. And I got to blow up her social media page if I tried them and hated them. And I could tell people like, it's a scam. That's literally how I got involved.
Yeah.
And it's horrible. That's how you know you're a good friend.
Who did you enroll with?
Lisa.
Okay. All right. That's hilarious.
Yes.
That's an amazing story.
And I love that Lisa and I know each other through Bible study. So you're like good Christian friends and you're like, I'm about to blow up your lying butt. Like, what? Oh man, that's hilarious.
So what?
Anyways,
I'm super curious. And so what happened? How was
I had the Declan, he's 4 months old. And I dropped 14 pounds now in about 16 days. What is it, 16, 14, 15 days?
I can't remember. It's something like that.
16 or 17 days. So, I kept telling Amy and Lisa, the three of us would be in a group chat. And I was like, because I work at a gym, so I'm constantly around mirrors and everything. And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm feeling myself. I've been taking my sweatshirt off a lot more at work. So it was fun.
And how do you feel? Like
amazing.
Kevin, are you taking them too?
Yeah, it's great. She actually, when she took that like challenge from Lisa, and I did it just to kind of support her, and I felt the same way. I was like, there's no way, like this is gonna work. And I dropped like 6 pounds and like a couple % body fat, and it's crazy. It really is.
Yeah.
Have you guys worked out on the, like, I'm sure you have your trainers, but like, have you noticed a difference in when you work out? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Like I feel stronger, and actually, it's funny. There's sometimes we would go to the gym like later at night, probably like 7 o'clock. We'd both be tired. We'd look at each other and turn around and walk out, like because we were so tired. And like with taking this stuff now, it's like, all right, let's get it. And it's awesome.
Now we're like, we have to go home. Like,
yeah, exactly. We got to shut it down. It's been like,
it's bad.
It's been over an hour.
It's good, but it's bad because we don't want to go home. But yeah, and so that's I think like our biggest thing right now is everyone's like, oh, it's like the holiday, it's $141, like and all this stuff, and we have so many like upwards of 20 prospects at this point now, or someone saying like, well, hit me up on the 1st of January. Like, what do you suggest doing when that's the case? Like, do we just directly jump into that, try to get that 10-day? Like
so
sample?
I would say that I would like, here's the thing about anybody who, like, people just don't know. Like, they don't know how much better they're capable of feeling, right? And like, especially throughout the holidays when people are tired and they're draggy and their moods are, blah, blah, blah. Like, be like, look, I will totally do that. Like, I 100% will write your name down right here. I'll hit you up on January 1st. However, I want to do this for you because I know, like, and what I would do is I would use my relatability. I would be like, look, the only reason I tried this product, I bet my friend that it wouldn't work. And because I truly thought it was a scam, I did not think it would work. But I just got to tell you, like, it has shifted X, Y, and Z for us, and we feel amazing. And like, I want to offer you at least to get a trial pack so that you can just try it, maybe see how you feel on it, try a flavor. If you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. I'm not attached to it, but I just want to offer you that just in case. If not, I'll hit you up on the first and let it go. Because that way, at least you're giving someone the opportunity. Like, it's more about them, right, than it is like closing the deal. Even though that's, obviously, we want to hit those bonuses, we want to do that stuff. But like the energy attached to it, like the people who are ready for a change right now, like they're gonna do it because they're just like, they're so desperate, like that they're gonna take that $140. They're gonna pop it on a credit card, regardless of it being Christmas or whatever. Like, so I think sharing that, like when you shared that story just now, like I thought that was so cool, and that was so vulnerable, and it was so honest, and it showed a little bit of like your personality and like how you're like, it just showed me a lot about you and made it like super relatable. So I would be telling every person I talk to about ketones about that. I'd be like, look, like that would be my elevator pitch. Because then you give them the like, hey, I understand if you're doubting this or you don't feel like this is a real thing, because I totally did too. But look, like we're here because this is, X, Y, and Z happened. And that way, like, you're going to plant that there. And if they do want it, they're going to get it right now. And if they don't, January is going to fly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, and that's the thing. And it is truly about like, once you experience it, the biggest, it's just saying like, this is a game changer. Because that's what I keep telling people. Because I was a supplement, like, connoisseur. Like, that's all I did was take different ones. I wanted like the best things. And so like, once you try these, like, how do you not continue taking them for the rest of your life?
I know.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like,
right.
Literally, just wait till you're drinking like 4 a day. Like, it's like literally, I'm having a caffeine-free vanilla right now before bed. Like, I'm like, oh, let's just make ketones all day. Have a cream in my coffee. Have this. I'm like,
well, that's
I'm drinking like upwards of $100 in ketones a day. Like,
we said, so we ran when we had run out because like, my bet was coming to an end. And so then I was like, okay, so here's the issue. We don't have any more. I went to Amy like a drug dealer and was like, you need to slip me some like soon, because I don't know what we're going to do. And like his sister asked us for a sample, and I was like, then that came out of your 10-pack, Kevin. Like that didn't come out of mine. I was like, I don't know who you think you are. But yeah, so can they take like, and Amy and I talked about that, and people have asked like, so if they get like the creamer, the tea, and a ketone, can they, or in like the ketone, so they get the raspberry lemonade, can they take all 3 of those in one day?
oh yeah, ketones are water soluble. So anything that your body can't use, but I'll let you in on a little secret. Like you could literally have 6 packets a day, and that would be like, your body could utilize all of those. Upwards of 6, then you'd be like, your body, you probably wouldn't be using all of them at that point. But we can't put suggested serving size 6, because people would be like, oh, really? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But fun fact, the first like hit of ketones, or like serving of ketones, when NASA and the University of South Florida had them for all that kind of cool stuff, it was $40,000 for a serving of ketones. The very first serving.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been 10 years in the lab, 10 years in the making to bring it down to the price point that it is now, the serving size now, all that kind of stuff. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, then that's
good.
Well, those are our only questions that I were like, we need to hop on tonight because we are really trying to hit these bonuses. Our goal is to hit all the bonuses by the 17th.
Yeah, that's a really good goal. I love it. I'm super pumped. I really like, Lisa, did you say you're going to Epic? I didn't see.
I'm working on it. With being so new, I'm trying to transition. I actually have family there, so I'm more than likely going to make it.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll link up. You guys get together with Sarah and Amy afterward, and then see about going. Sarah and Kevin, like, see if you can, like, you guys can figure that out, and I'm willing to. I just would love to see you guys get your tickets, because they're $147, and I think the way the ticket prices are going to roll out, I think they'll go up a little bit every time. Like, this will be the lowest price point, and then they'll go up a little bit every time. They'll be on sale more if it's like something, whatever, like it's not something to like panic about. But it is a really good price point right now. So,
Okay.
what else? There was something else too. Oh, nope, it's gone. I'll think of it after the call for sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, Amy, did you have anything that we?
Gosh, no. I mean, I think we covered a lot. I know, I mean, just to reiterate, like, guys, and I talked about it on the live today, but, you know, these events are not just like, you're going to walk out a different person. Like, I kid you not, you will transform yourself and your business while you are there. And every single time you go to an event, you will directly see a shift in your business. So like, yes, it's an investment. Yes, it takes sometimes like that blind faith, but you will not regret it. Like, I promise you, you will not regret it. So I can't say it enough, like, make a way, find a way. And like Kendra said, like, we'll figure it out and help you figure it out, if your commitment's there. So,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Sorry. I just real quick, because you reminded me, and sometimes I forget this, like, so I know historically speaking, like in a lot of companies, events are rah-rah sessions. They're like, all of me parade some people across the stage and like just kind of like hoot and holler. I'm literally 75 years old on the inside, but like get all super excited about like our product, whatever. It is not like that at all. It is the literal opposite. It is like more of like a personal development seminar where like a Tony Robbins or like something like that, like the whole entire kind of idea like behind the outcomes of events are not to like most companies. So it's a shift from like traditional network marketing is like pump people full of like products. Like the whole entire like mission like diverted, like a 2-degree shift to like, what if we just poured into people? What if we poured into them and their belief in themselves and their confidence and everything about them? How would that look for their business versus just pumping them full of a bunch of product information or whatever that is? So it's really cool. It's more about making the person better and then seeing like how that trickles into their life and into their business. So that's what you can expect from an event, is more of like a Tony Robbins style seminar than a rah-rah session. Does that make sense? I think that's super important. Like, I think, like, because I did not know that in the beginning, and I went to an event, and I was like, well, what is happening? I had literally no idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, I think you guys most of you guys wrote down your income goal, and, Kendra had mentioned, like, put that in front of your face. Like, when we want something in life, even if it's confidence, like we need to literally speak it into our life every single day. And so putting it up on your mirror, like putting it on your desk, wherever, on the back of your phone, I really want you guys to take that into put it into practice, and allow us as mentors to, there you go. Yeah.
Yes.
Allow us as your mentors to like help you do that. Cause I think sometimes, a lot of times we get off these calls and you're like, yeah, like that's what I want to do. And then like, you're kind of like, okay, now what, and like, so it's really important to get on one-on-one calls, to, allow us to be that third party validation. Like, this is what's different about this business and company. And like, that was one of the biggest things that attracted me to this company. Just like Kendra walked away from a business I was comfortable in, making great money at, and knowing that I had the support. Like, Kendra doesn't have to be on this call. Like, she left her son to go to bed so she could be on this call for you guys. Like, she literally doesn't need us on this call right now. Like, she's doing this because she wants to help, and like, that's her heart. And that's the heart of this entire business and this entire company is, leading with that servant heart. And when I caught that, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I have to be here. Like, I have to be a part of this. And so, I mean, Kendra is not even like the person I signed up with, but I remember like texting her nonstop, Kendra, what do I do? How do I do this? How do I do this? Like, and I loved that she was willing to help me, because the other company that I was with didn't do that. And so that's something that I know grew me right off the bat, was the fact that I used her and I used Marlena and other people. And so if you're not currently doing that, please, I cannot say it enough. Like, I know you guys are smart enough and you can do it on your own, but it's not about that. It's not about doing it on your own. It's utilizing that third party validation. And so please, like, I say it all the time, like, use me. Like, it's the only time I'm going to say it, like, use me. But I mean it. So.
For sure. 100%. And like, I just have to tell you too, like, I have seen your vision and your leadership and so much like of your confidence and your belief grow. And like through you attending events and you getting on calls and showing up. And even when things weren't easy in your business, or definitely weren't easy and stuff had going on at home, like there was never a time where you had a bad attitude. There was never a time where you had an excuse. There was never a time where you didn't show up as your best self for yourself, for your team, and for your boys. And like, I think that is literally like, if you look at an example of a leader and someone who, like, again, it's 10:30 at night, you don't need to be here either, right? Like, you have boys, you're doing this thing on your own as a single mom, like, it's a lot. And so just so you guys know, like, y'all have like not only the best support system, the best support person, but also a person with one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen. And like, just the way she shows up, the way she carries herself, everything about that, like, you have excellent, amazing leadership to follow in footsteps. Like, there's a ton of value here. And like, she is green AF too. So like, she's got the answers, y'all. Like, she's got it. Like, I'm like, hey, Amy, tell me about that comp plan, girl. Like, so listen, if you're anything like me, I am the hot mess express, completely unorganized, have no idea about details 99.9% of the time, but I have a lot of passion. And really at the end of the day, like, the passion, the belief, like, and then the support that you have through Amy, myself, and it goes like, and this is the last thing, I promise I'll stop talking, because Amy and I could probably volley all night, to be honest with you. But like, literally, so something that I heard that I love, you hear in other businesses, upline, downline. You guys ever heard that? Doesn't exist here. Like, it doesn't, just because I signed up in this business months before you or Amy, like, I'm not your upline. That's really weird. Like, we're just all business partners. And like, so you have Katie Rollins, you have Brian James, you have, Amy, Marlene, like, you have access to so many business partners because there's different talents, temperaments, and convictions. So somebody like, Charity, and I'm just using examples on this call, like, while you may not relate to me, maybe you relate to Amy, or maybe you don't relate to Amy, but you relate to Katie Rollins, or maybe you don't relate to Katie Rollins and you relate to Brian James. Like, it's super cool because all of these people are willing to help, and it's a community effort. So we really have a neat thing. So
Totally agree. So yeah, Melissa, go ahead and hop off. If you need help or anything, please reach out. Oh, I think she just did. Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll wrap up. Thank you, Kendra. Like, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Wait, last thing, because someone just sent me a message. My Facebook Messenger is definitely not the best way to get me, because it is like, I literally can't keep up. Then I'll start 10 conversations, and then 10 conversations will get buried, and it's just wild. And like, friend requests are out of control. I think I'm out of friends. So text me if you guys all need anything. First text Amy. You got mad support there. But if y'all, like, if you need something, we can all collaborate and work together. And I'm 100% like, I'm always going to be mindful of Amy's leadership. And like, she knows what she's doing. She's got this thing down. So like, go to her, find out what's going on, and then if we need to, kind of link up as like a trio or whatever that looks like, I'm obviously always available. But Facebook Messenger is. When that unread button went away, everything got hairy. Like, it doesn't work anymore. So like, everything is just. Have you guys noticed that, or literally is it just Mark Zuckerberg decided to pick on me forever? Is that the same for y'all? Seriously though.
Yeah, I don't.
The unreads brings up like 10 unreads, but then there's like 75. Like, it just doesn't bring them up. And I'm like, well, I supposed to leaf through this thing? It's not happening.
I know. It's terrible. It's so
crazy. I'm like, what do you mean I can't build $1 million business for free? Thank you very much.
I know.
I have a quick question again. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Is there any research behind taking ketones while pregnant and or breastfeeding?
Yes. So jump on. The best thing you could do, there's a couple of YouTube videos. There's also the Pruvit Zen Desk. Like if you just Google like Pruvit ketones breastfeeding or Pruvit ketones pregnant, you'll find a couple of like things from the Zen Desk. There's a YouTube video with Dr. Andy. The third thing I'd like to do when I use resources, I'll go to the Pruvit Facebook page, search pregnant or breastfeeding, and it'll come up with the doctor's videos. Like every Wednesday, I think it's like every Wednesday, the doctors go live, and you can either have people ask questions live. Hold on.
God bless you.
Thank you. Or you can just find those are the resources. I think I might have some saved too. Let me see what I got, because I can just send you some.
Okay.
There we go. So this one is, I'm just going to put it right here in the chat so you guys can grab it, everyone that's here. So this one is a transcribed video, and it's got, these are my favorite things to use. Oh, this one's the reboot in pregnancy. Okay, so that one's not the best to use because that one's going to have, it's going to say don't do it because it's reboot. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Got it. Pregnant breastfeeding. So this has a bunch of different links, and it's going to have, so it's got different things about breastfeeding, Zendesk, and then Dr. Bill Sears, it's got him on all this stuff, eating more fat. So this is like all of the stuff I think I usually share. Let's see if I can picture anything else here. I'm missing anything. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, yeah. And there's more than that too.
Okay.
But, those are some things that can get you started, some links that can get you started anyway. Literally the doctor's transcribed videos, and I think a lot of them are transcribed now on the Pruvit Facebook page. Like those are like my main things that I use if anyone asks me about like a disease or thyroid or like anything. Let me see if I can find another one. Like they are the best because literally, like someone's like, oh, my friend has, diabetes or something like that. Like I'm like, oh, cool. Well, watch this video at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. The doctor talks about, like I can't find any of the other ones right now, but they're on the Pruvit Facebook page.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. All right. Any other questions while we have Kendra with us?
Y'all are amazing. I just love the story from Lisa and Sarah. Like, I literally text you about that because I think it's so funny.
I know.
Will you guys do me a big favor? When everyone gets off this call, will you send Amy your email address and your refer code? Pretty please? Cool. All right. Y'all are amazing.
All right, Kendra, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. You're incredible, an incredible leader. So we really appreciate your time.
Back at you, girly.
Thank you.
All right.
Alrighty. Have a great night. We'll talk soon.